Hello guys and welcome to another video. It is me Joker here again with another video. Today I will be talking about ranged hero combinations. So just to give you some ideas of which heroes you maybe want to go for, whether you are a garrison player, a rally player, or maybe even a field player. So yeah, let's just get right into it. My first pair will be a field pair. So it is Julia and Lynn. these two I chose because they have insane damage on the field and they both have loads of HP buffs, which is the best stat. If you take a look here at Lynn, increases range squad HP by 34%, as well as Julia increases range squad HP by 40%. Which brings this up to 74% HP, which is insane. These two will last. As well as Lynn here, she has a lot of damage if she's flanked when not rallying or garrisoned. She deals additional damage, which is 3,000 more damage factor, which brings this up to 14,700 damage factor. These two will just be lasting forever in the field. They're very good. I would use her, but I would use them. But my Lynn is still too low, so I use Chun and Lynn. But anyways, these two amazing pair. Next one, also a Julia pair, is Julia and Louis, which is my main range pair because I got Louis up when I was a little smaller. Yeah. So the reason I chose these is mainly because of the rage buff provided by both of the heroes, and they have a lot of skill damage together. So if you take a look here at Louis' fourth skill, squad gain an additional 25 rage when using basic attacks. And then when we go into talent here, you can see that squad gain 8 rage when using basic attacks, gains an additional 8 rage when using basic attacks. Squads have a 10% chance to gain 120 rage when using basic attacks, and deals damage to the enemy, also restores 120 rage to own squad. So these two will be producing a bunch of skill damage, which is not little skill damage as well. 13,750 here and 12,000 when awakened, if not 10,000. As well as Louis has AoE damage, area of effect damage, deals damage to up to 5 enemies. So these two will be pumping out rage skills very, what should I say, a lot. If you take a look here at a report that I have from the previous island raid, yeah, we can take a look at this one. If we get the combat log, I did my my rage skill stunning magic 21 times, as well as this 21 times. So this is then 12,500, this is 10,000. I did both of these 21 times, and this other guy, he did his rage skill 13 times. So this is insane. They did 8 more rage kills than the other part, the enemy. So yeah, these two amazing pair will be producing a lot of skill damage. Next up, last Julia pair, Julia and Bard, mainly on siege. I wrote down insane damage on rallies when awakened. When awakened Julia, Bard deals additional damage. So if you look here, deals 14,300 damage or 13,000 damage, as well as Julia here deals 12,500 or 13,750 damage. And what I mean by when awakened Julia, the Bard deals increased damage. So if you take a look here at her awakened skill, deals damage to the target and silences the enemy. Bard right here, his second skill, if the enemy is inflicted with silence, increases basic attack damage dealt to them by 21%. Meaning that if you have an awakened Julia, she will buff Bard. This can also be used here where there's a 10% chance or a 50% chance to inflict silence on the attacker. So yeah, you can use both of these, but Julia and Bard on on rallies. And I also just watched the podcast The High Guy Who TFRU with Pixel Cookie, yeah. And there they talked about Julia and how overall good she is. And if you watch my tier list, I put Julia as the best hero because you could use her anywhere. I've used her in garrisons, I've used her in rallies. I mainly use her in rallies, and I use her on the field. You can use her anywhere. You can basically put her with anyone. So yeah, this makes her insane. That's why I have a 3 with Julia. Next up, Chun and Louis. I wrote down tons of rage, so this is mainly like a secondary to Julia and Louis if your main target is to produce a lot of rage. So what I mean by tons of rage is right here. When taking skill damage, restores 100 rage instantly. So let's say you have 5 squads attacking you. Let's say you're out here on the field and you have 5 squads attacking you, and they are all doing they're all doing their rage skill at once, or all at once. You will be restoring 500 rage, so which is insane, as well as the basic attacks and rage here. Makes her almost as good as Julia, but I would not put her as good because this maybe it depends kind of where you are. But yeah, very very good pair. I see these a lot in the with the higher rated people. They mainly use Julia and Lynn, I've seen a lot, and then their secondary pair, range pair, is Chun and Louis. Make sure if you are using Chun to make her a leader because she deals double damage, or she halves the damage when appointed as an assistant. You can see her 12,000 damage factor when appointed as an assistant reduces to 6,000. So make sure to put her as leader. Next up, another Chun one, the other range pair I currently use, which is Chun and Lin. And I wrote down a field pair. They have extra travel speed, and they have something I called the rage buff. Just kind of corny to say it. But yeah, let's take a look here. Travel speed increase by 20%, and travel speed increase 30%, which is 50%, which makes your makes you pretty fast, especially for a range squad. And the thing I mean with rage buff is that we take a look here at Chun's second skill again. When taking skill damage, restores 100 rage instantly. Lynn right here, she deals damage to the target if flanked when not rallying a garrison. So let's say if she's on the field, if she's being flanked, she will deal 14,000 damage. She will increase 15% defense. She will be having 34% more HP, and her counterattacks have a 20% chance to reduce all damage taken. And she increases counter damage by 10%, meaning that she will be on the field and she will be tanking a hell of a lot damage. And if you're on the field taking, let's say, 10 people, and she can withstand that, with Chun benefiting from the people that is attacking her. You get what I mean? That means these two will be pumping a lot, a bunch of skill damage, especially when she has 14,700 damage. And her rage skill here as well. When in the world map, will increases range squad damage by 3%. In flanked, reduces all damage taken by 10%. She's just so tanky, and pairing her and being on the field with Chun and being attacked and focused, they will be producing a lot of rage with these two skills. Hope you understood that. Next up is a pair I will not say too much about because we do not know too much about the heroes yet, but it is Louis and Ethan right here. So I just wrote down a new pair and Garrison. So these will be dealing a lot of damage on Garrison. Ethan, I've looked at him. He looks to be insane, especially in Garrison. So I won't be saying too much about these. He has HP, reduction in skill damage taken, just reduction in damage taken, range squad defense, and his gunfire skill is just, or his gunfire, what should I say, stat boost. I don't know what to say, but especially his gunfire attribute, I can say, is insane. So next up, another Garrison one will be Jacob and Louis, but I will use them in the order of Louis and Jacob, just because of the skills tree on Louis. So yeah, I just wrote down easier than Louis and Ethan, because to get Ethan top commander, or Jacob is also top commander, but to make him insane you need to transcend him. You can see this logo means transcended. Yeah, and it is easier to get Jacob right now. Yeah, they both have area of effect damage, meaning that if there are people swarming your tower, these two will be dealing a lot of damage to them. Not as good for single target, because he here has direct damage factor 12,500. Deals up to 3 enemies, so for 3 enemies, yeah, more enemies, if you can say that. And he increases counter damage, which you won't be dealing to your main target here. Where is it? I can't find it. Yeah, just his counter damage right here. Yeah, I've not done too much on Jacob. I haven't unlocked him yet, or I don't know if I will. Maybe if I need a 4th range squad. Lastly, the last pair, a field pair again, which is someone I will use. I will swap out Chun and I will do Sophie and Lin. Reason being, both travel speed and both being field heroes, so they both benefit from being on the field. If you look here, what I mean with like being on the field and being flanked is increases range squad travel speed by 20% and attack by 32% when not rallying. You won't benefit from the travel speed when you are garrisoning. You could use this. This will be used on garrison as well. But yeah, she has additional travel speed, a lot of skill damage, her charge. I'm so excited to see how this will play out. Very excited to how she will do. I will definitely be getting her, and I will be swapping Chun out for Sophie. So yeah, that is everything, guys. Hope you're having a good time on your Archie Pelagoride. Hope you got some ideas of which ranged combos to do. I'll tell you my ranged combos right here. I have Julia and Louis on my main one. Then I do Chun and Lin on my second one, which I will change out for Sophie and Lin when Sophie comes out. As a third squad, you could do Chun and I guess maybe Bard if you were really looking for a 4th squad. But then you could do Julia, Bard, Chun, or I guess, yeah, Julia, Bard, Chun, Louis, and then Sophie, Lin. Yeah, that sounds pretty solid. So yeah, I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to click that like button. Hope you're enjoying AR. Currently not that far yet. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Joker signing off.